was the test, that if you can explain it, then people are gonna understand.
I'll find it.
Mhm.
It was around 20.
Is that meeting this Wednesday?
Don't you guys have a meeting at the business meeting?
No, Thursday's the
It's the seventh, May seventh.
next one.
Remind you. Did you do that?
All right, you're live.
We'll send you
We're
a-
live.
All
You are good.
right, we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
start
like
at eight
I have.
minutes
the
after
time,
6.
But remind me. Like it's after.
Uh, Approval of the minutes.
You can't approve them if you don't have them.
That's what I was kind of wondering. I've got the,
Oh, my
I got the
God.
treasurer's report said here, and
They're
we're ready to
approved.
go on that.
They're approved when we get them.
Yeah. That's not good too. Oh, my God.
He's having a birthday.
The last
A
Monday.
month, that's all I
The
got.
last Monday of the month. If anyone got them in their packets, I guess that's, okay, so no one got them. So we're not gonna approve them. We'll table them till next month. But we can do the treasurer's report. That's why it wasn't on there. That's why I kept looking. I'm like, that's the first thing we do. So we'll do the treasurer's report.
Okay, so treasurer's report. Since our last meeting, we deposited interest of $152.06. We also deposited the match on Main Reform Wellness Grant that came in from Match on Main. That was deposited. It was $22,101.24. And then what we need to, I think, just all agree on is that we're writing the check for the matching amount for $22,101.24 back out to Tiffany, which is her reimbursement for her project that she did.
Would you be ready to check to Tiffany or?
Wellness reform. For reform wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I
We
need a
don't need a
motion.
motion for that
I
yet.
don't-
Let's do the treasurer's report
Yeah.
first.
Oh, okay.
And so that's all that has come in is the 2 deposits and no outgoing. And our current balance is $199,077.74. And then I also just added the breakdown of budget versus spend in our current state. But then we have a few things that we need to talk about.
Right.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second for the treasurer's report. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Treasurer's report is accepted. You might as well do them real quick.
Okay.
So
Let's just get this, yeah. So this check is that we want to write and distribute is for Reform Wellness for the $22,101.24 that's been added to our account and for us to disperse back to Reform Wellness.
So this money is not coming
It's
directly
just
out of our,
passed through.
account. It's just
No.
getting passed through.
Right,
Because literally, we were supposed to be doing that all along. And somehow or another, the city was taking care of that, and their auditor has picked it up and said, listen, that should be going through us, so now it's gonna go through us.
So we get the money, we just transfer it out of there.
Correct.
100%, same exact amount.
So, yep,
Support for the motion.
we shouldn't need any motion because it's already been approved and everything.
Okay.
So, and we're not spending money, it's just going through. So,
All right, so then the next thing that we approved in our budget is the the motion pictures. And the total cost here is $2,830. And in our budget for movies in the park, we have $3,450. Do we need to
we shouldn't need to, as long as it's under the
It's under the
budget,
budget.
we should be okay.
And then, I don't have the paper with me, but I also have the invoice for music in the park for, yeah, for $1,000, which is within our budget of 1,500.
So we shouldn't need a. Let's vote on it. Let's do it anyway. We're spending money. Let's
All right.
vote on the first one. Swings.
Swanks,
Let's do that one first. Somebody give me a motion to,
I'll motion.
okay, motion and a second. And then all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, and then the second one.
Music in the park for $1,000.
Support.
A motion.
Motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? There we go. Now, before we move on about any more money, let's do this sign. Person who we got the estimate for before, and we approved the sign up here on the corner, the, not called neon, what's it called?
Digital.
The digital sign.
Give me a word.
He has sent a new invoice and said he kind of wants to move along on it if we want to move along on it, because he's scared, like the whole rest of the United States, that something's gonna happen and it's gonna go up. So then we might not do it. So he has the new estimate here. She was trying to find our old one.
I'm looking for the old one.
Because we did vote on it, we did approve it, but then we took it out,
Check for it.
right,
Right.
but then we
And
took
then
it out of the
took it out.
budget,
Yeah.
Yep.
because we didn't do anything with it, we didn't know what was gonna happen with the parking lot. So, it's up to you guys, but we could put it back up for vote on it, and send him a deposit. And the deposit is $10,363.54. And he said that he would hold it. Am I correct, until the end of the year, or he'd store it for us? So I'm assuming once he gets it done, and then he's gonna bill us the other portion, but he would hang on to it until we really need it. And my understanding is they're gonna do some talking about this month, the
We
city.
have bids already going out. We're just
Okay.
waiting on those.
So it's possible that could be getting done, and it could be installed maybe by the end of the year. Maybe. So either we vote to keep it and make it a project and go ahead and give him a deposit, or we let it go by the wayside for now. Up to you guys.
I think we should go for it.
We're gonna do it no matter what, correct? Put up that sign.
It's up to you.
I think it's very beneficial to have things that are going on around town on that corner.
Yeah.
You wanna do it now before the price.
Mhm.
That's.
We're gonna do it.
All right, so give me a motion to accept this estimate for $20,727.07.
So moved. Second.
Second, we have a motion and second to send a deposit for the sign.
I think
That's
it
what-
did.
that's what
I'm
we
trying to
think.
find it, but I.
She's trying to
that's less-
locate it.
I'm
but
trying
We were
to find
thinking
it,
it
but
was
it's-
22,000
Yeah,
something.
it was more.
So it's a little less, we're pretty sure. So all in favor?
I,
Anyone opposed? All right, we're gonna do the sign, and we'll make a check out for this and
For the
get it
deposit,
sent.
yes.
All right, so what's next now?
Quick question on the sign. Who controls it? Right, okay. Not the schools.
The almighty right here. Jeez. So if whatever comes up there, that's all.
Yeah, sure. I'll be like, oh, bring somebody down.
Or if everything's absolutely canceled, that's also coming from her.
Yeah.
I cancel everything. Cancel.
MDA.
Social district cuts. So let's go to the social district.
Okay. So need to get moving. on these things, the bars, their applications, hopefully already sent in and ready to go.
I've
I'm
had
like,
plenty
I'm
of time.
glad, I'm glad 2 of them are sitting on this board, so I can make sure that I remind them to get that in.
Wait a minute, we were told the secretary, just once you got us the paper, we give it to you, you fill it out, we write your check and stuff.
No.
Yeah, besides
that is
that.
not what I
That's not what I
thumbs
remember.
down and personally said to you guys.
We're waiting for
So-
a paper.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to give
Yeah,
receive
I
a
gave
paper?
it to you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you give it to me too?
Guys,
Two guys,
yeah.
yeah.
You have your resolutions, now you guys.
It's
can
gonna
send
go
in
through
your
my
papers.
lost and found.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spam.
No, I actually handed.
hand delivered it.
Oh, that's right.
With the sticky note that says
Yes.
SHW file.
You gave
I
to
got
me.
it, it's on the
Not you
desk.
personally, but your
Just-
significant other.
Oh, see, there you go, there's
I
the,
got
And it's got the sticky note on it.
Yes.
Don't worry.
That goes with it. You
No,
guys
Lord,
just need to
what you
send
do
it
with it
in
now?
once they have,
We just got it over
Rich
abundance
has
money for all
his.
that.
So
Yeah.
we're good.
I've
So
seen how
the
some of
city's
these
good.
margins are.
They just have to get their license.
So everything's pretty
Uh,
good. I don't know if you sent out in the thing, the different pictures of the cups and how they did.
Yeah,
them.
and so this is the deal. I'm learning something new every day, I swear, when I go through this. But the cups have to say on them, DDA social district. They all have to say that on them, and then they either have to be made with the bar names on them or a sticker. So each bar has to have their own sticker when they put it on, and they have to put that on the cup before they serve it.
Okay.
Won't that sticker come off?
Well, it's, I mean, it's just to show where you buy. It's not like you're gonna get a free drink if you don't have
Yeah,
a sticker on,
okay.
because you can't
Oh.
reuse the cups.
Got
So
it,
there's just
got
one
it.
cup.
One cup and you can put stickers on. I mean, yeah, or you can have each bar put their, I mean, you can.
Or you can
print
have
it
3
on there.
different cups. Everybody
Right.
has their, and then when you go into theirs, you pull the stack out and use their cup.
I mean, you could do that. I don't
I
know what's
think
gonna be
that-
cheaper, or what do you wanna do that?
Shouldn't it be our responsibility if we're doing the social district to get them their cups?
That is
Why should they be
how,
buying?
that is how almost everyone does.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I mean, it would seem to me that would be, so we are going to purchase all the cups. If they want to purchase the sticker from their, they can put it on when they,
Yeah.
and we'll just give them the cups,
That's.
right? Don't you
kind
think?
of- Yeah,
So-
I
so
mean, that's
I-
how most of them, most of them do it.
So if I go to one of their establishments, I won't point at one in particular, and I drink one, and I wanna go to the other one, I just have to drink whatever's in that cup and then go into the other thing, and then that person will put another sticker on, right?
No, they'll give you a new cup.
I have to have a new cup.
That's a waste of
Really?
cups.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
oh, I thought you
That's not how
put
they
the
do it,
sticker
though.
on.
Yeah.
No, no.
Everything.
But
Isn't it a waste of cups?
Yeah.
That's a big expense, I think.
Yeah.
Unless,
So
it-
social
unless, huh?
Recyclers.
Well, or if you have both of the bars names on the cup, they don't have to throw it away and get a new cup.
Well, they'll-
But
No, well,
you can't have
you,
both of
you
them.
still can't go into the other bar and get a drink. They're
Oh,
gonna
It has to
get
be
a cup.
individual.
that's how they separate the entities from each.
Each
License.
license. It's
Correct.
illegal to
License,
walk
right?
into an alcohol
Oh.
with an alcohol drink at somebody else's bar.
Correct.
I can
Got
walk around the streets, I can go in and listen to music.
You just
But if
can't
the
go
cups-
into
Can't go
another
into
alcohol
If
selling
the cups-
establishment
Yeah, you can, okay.
with
And
alcohol
then they
from
can
a
fill,
Yeah,
Different
the social part of it outside, you
Yep.
can walk anywhere you want with anybody's cup.
but you can't walk in
You
with. a
can't walk
full
into
drink
Mike's
or-
place with your cup.
Okay.
as if she looked at her, the signage was on the sidewalk, the signage was on the, they had them posted also, and then I would assume you're gonna have to put something either in your, on your door or on your window
Yeah, I have.
to show who you are, not that
Just
anyone would
well,
just
know.
a quick question about, before we get, can we do like cups for $2? Cups for Tates, cups for Twilligers, and they all have their own cups with the DDA social district, then on the other side, just their name, no emblem or anything like that.
Yeah,
And that way,
Just like, yeah.
so let's say I go to all three different places. And I have a cup from each one. Can I pull out Tate's cup and have them fill it? Just that cup?
I don't think so. Not the way
What?
she's made it sound.
Because
You have
I'm
to get a
looking
new
at
cup,
like what they're
which-
saying, that is a hell of a lot of
Yeah,
money.
well, and I'm
And these
I'm
bars are gonna
assuming
be packed.
this-
Like,
it
I'm not
might
gonna be able
have
to,
something
like,
to
let me
do
see
with
your
the
cup and
department.
see first. No.
You won't be able to
You aren't
monitor that.
supposed to take the same glass and fill it with a draft or whatever.
Right, that's what
you
I'm
know.
saying. If you had three different cups, so if I went into Tate's, can I use Tate's cup? If I go into
Well,
Two
and-
Dogs, can I use Two Dogs cup?
And I don't see why you couldn't do that,
Neither do
because
I.
if you're walking around and you wanna go back in the same
Right.
box,
Yeah.
you should be able to use the same.
Why
box.
throw away your cup to get a
Yeah.
new cup?
But I think, I think the whole thing is
Yeah.
just making sure that you're not walking in the bar with another bar.
Right,
Well, because if
with
I
any
drink,
alcohol in it.
Right.
if
It
I
has to
drank,
be
a-
empty.
if I drank a glass and I wanted to refill it with the same thing, would you take that glass back and get me a new one, or would you refill that glass?
I'd refill the glass.
Yeah.
And I think,
Just because of the fact that I know how much those glasses
The
cost
cost.
right,
yeah.
right.
on those
Yeah.
plastic cups. And we're adding to it by doing the logo on them. And that's gonna add more to it right there. And that's why I think on
So,
the
so you're
social,
thinking to put, you can't put each one of them on the same cup, though. They have to be separate cups.
that's why I was saying.
So you're buying 3 times the amount of cups.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're buying one set of cups per bar essentially.
Yes,
So 3 different kinds.
So you're
Three-
still gonna be buying, I mean, it depends, like, that's why I think the people get the stickers because they're probably cheaper than putting both logos on.
That's where it's
Cup.
starting to make sense. You just buy one cup with our logo on it,
Yes,
and they get their own. We could buy the stickers for each place too.
right.
And then you put it on there, and then it's on there. You can walk in and out with the sticker on there and get it refilled.
what they do, like just different colors or something.
You have whatever you want to put on your little sticker that says your bar name. Has to have the name of your
That
bar.
costs more money.
Stickers. and put
Oh,
it
yeah,
on the cup.
but if you were gonna put your name on the sticker, they'd have to put it on there, rather than just on the sticker itself, a different color.
Oh, you mean
Yes,
like you writing on it?
Yes.
Oh,
because do you wanna take the time and write,
Guess
hey,
that's,
Twilligers on there? No, you
Oh.
wanna get it, get them out of there.
yeah,
so
that-
red, blue,
it has to have
and
the
green
name
or
on it.
whatever.
Yeah.
It has to
Yep.
have your name on it. It does have to have your name on
But when you get,
Oh, it does, okay.
you get down to it, some people are gonna go back to the same bar.
Yeah.
But some people are gonna go to more than one bar.
They're gonna
So we
wanna-
definitely
they're
are
gonna
gonna
wanna-
have to
that's
have
the
a
fun of
decent amount of cups.
Can we just get like the little return labels for like envelopes? And just put our thing and just pull it off the sheet and stick them on there?
That's what you would do, basically.
it. You have to put your name, your bar.
Yeah, I mean, that way we could run it through our own printer, print it off, bunch of them, and then just rip it off and stick it on there.
I mean, I can ask that question
This
specifically.
thing just keeps getting more and more
This-
complicated.
This lady that handles
Like,
it
I thought it
all,
was
is very
complicated at
nice.
first,
so
but
I
now
ask
it's
her
just
only
getting
questions.
way
So, She says anytime.
No matter what we do and however we do this, there's going to still be questions
Well,
by the next year comes around. I mean, because everyone's, saying, well, you're not, can't do that, or you can do that. Or can't." I mean, it's gonna be a process of figuring out.
it's gonna be a learning phase.
Correct.
You're gonna go through it no matter what
I
you
mean, I
do
keep.
to figure
coming
things
up with
out. I've done it
questions
many a
myself, like,
time.
okay,
Exactly.
well, what about that, or what about that?
It's a learning.
I think I
You
would
learn
want
from
to
it, and
know
each year it gets a little
the
easier.
cost difference of having 3 different cups printed. I mean, I'm just picturing, you got 150 people in the bar.
Yeah.
And then you're like.
No, let me
getting
see
a
the cup
sticker.
first.
Let me
Like,
see the
it's
cup.
such a
let me
good
put a
idea of
sticker.
everybody that's
Well,
walking
you
in.
could also get the cups and then pre-sticker them.
Right.
You know, not do it as we go along, because you're only gonna be able to use those cups for social distancing. Just-
And then it's done. So you're gonna have one spot to have them and already stickered and stack back up,
Yeah.
and then you're just taking them out of that stack.
Right.
During that time, you'd never use them again, because it's not legal to use them again.
But it would be
Is
cheaper to buy them with just the DDA on it. We can buy them a bigger amount of thing and use.
That's
the
what I
stickers.
say, just do the sticker, and just.
Just gotta figure it out.
Stack it up, do them beforehand, have somebody sit there before and just put stickers on them and stack them, and there you go.
So I got a question. So if I wanted to go to all 3, right? I have 3 cups.
Mhm.
And then I want to go back to tanks, or I want to go back to twigs.
pull your Twilliger's cup
And then what do I
up,
do
pull
with
your
the other
takes
two?
cup up and stack it
They're
up.
empty.
They're empty.
Okay,
And you can't go in without them.
got it, that's it.
Well, I can tell you, we tried to explain it at the OVCA meeting, and it did not go over well.
Well,
People were
trust me,
very
I've been
confused.
deep in
Oh,
this
yeah.
for months and I still am like, oh.
And the way I understood it, the way Greg understood it, the way Frank understood it, the way Ed understood, we were all kind of not quite.
Yeah, it is
And
very.
everybody kept twisting it, which was even worse. And it's like,
I just want to sound confident that
I
I'm
almost
saying
guarantee
something.
you, there's gonna be more questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like
it's
Mike
gonna-
said, it's just gonna get easier next
It
year.
will drum up a ton of conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
it
and I
did.
And
also
then at
have,
least the DDA is on the cup and they'll be all saying. "What the heck is DDA?" I guarantee you, 'cause they're gonna go, who's even, who are they?
I've never said it with somebody not saying what is that.
no. And,
Are these cups, like, remember when Leonard's printed some cups? Is that the quality of the cups?
No, they're gonna be a plastic. Those were hard that they printed up.
I
With
still
the
got some.
twist on, yep,
Yeah.
the twist on top.
Yeah.
With the
So
straw.
these are just gonna be like a solo
Yeah,
cup. that would
okay.
be-
Remember the cups that I use for outside? That we have to use, the plastic ones?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be just like that, but it's just gonna have the logo on it. They're gonna be more of a heavy duty cup, not a cup that if you grab a hold of, it's gonna crumble on the inside. It's gonna be a little bit more heavy duty.
and we really need to, I don't know what you guys want me to do. We need to come up with, kind of like a, I don't know, a DDA social district kind of picture to put on these
So
cups.
people know.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
we're
gotcha.
gonna, I mean, it's gonna have to match the sign, so that everybody knows this is the social district. Like, did I put the Howell one
oh, that's
Yeah.
kinda what I
in
was
there?
at.
If you look at that, they've got the like martini glasses, and
Oh.
it says Howell Social District. Something like simple like that, that you come up with, and
Could be
that's your
just,
logo.
could be used just the DDA logo and then underneath it, just have them write social district.
Well, that's.
Laingsburg.
I mean,
Well, right,
Yeah,
I mean, that's what
exactly.
they is, but
Yeah.
you have to, you guys have to figure out what you want to put on there, because then it'll be easier to.
Let's make it very simple.
Yeah,
Yes.
We're not gonna
This
spend
is not.
a
our
week and a half
normal
on
mode
trying
of
to figure out what this cup's gonna be. We
Right.
want the DDA on there and social district.
that's
Yeah.
it, okay.
Pretty simple, straightforward.
Just
And then, like,
black
return
ink like
mailing
this
address.
is,
Just
right?
like, yeah,
Yeah, just black ink.
we don't need anything
No
other than,
multicolor.
no, yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah,
just
I
like
think it's
anything
one color.
else, the more you get in cups, the cheaper it's gonna be. And if you do it, then you can save them. If you don't use them, save them for the next year.
Oh,
And they're
yeah,
gonna be
just
clear
keep
like
going
this,
through
right?
it.
that's.
Yes.
I think
Right
they
there,
should be
yeah.
clear
Yep.
because that,
Yep.
you'll be able to see
So you can't
that.
see like
Yeah,
which streets
you
in
can s-
them and.
Yeah, well, and you can see through it instead of
Right.
having to
Yes.
look in it.
So I don't know if we're there yet, but we're talking about social district, so the signs. That are like the ones that are gonna go on the like, yeah, those.
This-
Those are like $140 a piece. So,
Color or black and white?
black and white,
Are those the
Um,
ones that are down on the ground
yeah. So
and you can pull them up?
Yeah, does
Or
that
are
stay
they
permanent?
permanent there?
I think they're
stays.
supposed to stay down, I think they're reusable.
And how
They-
long,
we,
how long would they last? I mean, as far as like.
well, if
paint
this one doesn't
everything?
run over it with a snowplow.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Would
1
it be-
year.
Yeah.
Would it be-
exactly.
would it be-
Into the summer.
But Janelle and I were talking, and
3 months.
we probably could put our brains together and make a stencil and paint, like stencil it on the sidewalk. And then we can just reuse it and repaint it again, but because we will need, I think it counted 8, because we're gonna want it at every single, yeah, and every, because Roosevelt Row, we're gonna need one down there.
So do they have an art class at the high school still?
They do, but we can get them to do it.
Yeah.
We have tried.
Good luck.
Really?
Numerous
Oh,
things.
With the
we've
whole
tried.
mural thing, I mean.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mural, the barricades, we want them to, paint that, they'll live in it. So, yeah. we're gonna
Wow.
try.
Okay, well,
That's interesting.
And I think I found a cheaper signage, which should not cost too much. They're more like a plastic and you just zip tie them, like, So like on the light poles and stuff like that, where we wanted to say you reached the end and whatever. So I just gotta get some quotes on those, but I don't think those are gonna cost very much at all. Those were 140 a piece, so I thought. Not forever.
So how many do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4,
I was thinking,
5, 6, yeah, about 8.
yeah,
So if you were to do one stencil, you could spray it, you're thinking?
For the ground, right?
That's a good idea.
I like the stencil idea.
well,
Especially
we
as
can
a
reuse
fundraiser,
it.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta reuse it too,
Yeah.
so,
Where's all those, put it down, and
yeah.
you spray them.
Yeah, so that, and then the table and chairs. So we had gotten a grant a while back when they did the, COVID was and they made the outside stuff. So all the table and chairs we have right now are going to be in front of tanks and toilets. So we need more table and chairs for the social district part. So where we had them all before,
Mhm.
we're gonna need probably about 11 more table and chairs. So
Where do they go?
they go through all the way through the social district, so like, couple
11 more.
in each.
Because this is, the
area.
road shut down during this.
No, this
Oh.
would be like just sit out all the
Oh,
time.
gotcha, okay.
So we have 14, so now we'll have 2 extra, that's it. Where before we had, we lined this, all the businesses with it. So, and I think we're probably gonna need more than what we were putting out. Rich is gonna put out 2 in front of his, but he's not going to be serving out there, but he asked to have 2 in front of his.
Oh, just for people to sit or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Who's rich?
Rich and D.
so.
Oh, oh.
And
Where are
then
you
we're-
gonna store all them things?
In the shed where the other ones are.
We have lots of room now that we don't have all the other stuff that we were storing at the base house.
No, no.
Uh,
None of that stuff was in that shed.
So we have $2,000 in our budget for outdoor seating and flower pots.
Yes. And this is the quote that I got the last
She
minute.
doesn't even want to say the number.
I know.
Oh, no,
Drop
you
it,
can see,
Ron.
that one's really good compared
Yeah,
to
that
some
was a
ones.
good one.
Just a reminder.
$17,000. I was like,
No.
Oh, my gosh.
Is
so
that,
these are a little bit smaller, which I thought would be better.
$17,000 for how many?
is that 3,100?
3,000.
Yeah, 3,156.
For how many?
Over by $1,100.
And this is without,
The umbrellas.
Like
that.
Yeah, and the base.
Getting 11
This
new
is
tables.
and chairs, yep.
So how much are the umbrellas and bases?
The $2,000 needs to go to flowers usually. And
Yeah.
replacement umbrellas, so that usually is used mostly up with the new flowers for the pot. And the fertilizer and the dirt. I haven't gotten the quote from Simpsons this year, but
Oh, you got the big chair.
Jinxed me.
say you haven't gotten the quote from them yet?
right, so I don't know the cost of the flowers. So you guys can't use that 2,000, because that's kind of what we plant the flowers with and we're pretty sell the broken umbrellas with.
Okay, let's.
So that would have to be additional.
So it said.
Do we get them all right now?
Yeah.
Um,
How about if we do like $3,500 or 4,000? It'll be $850.
I don't think all of the tables need to have umbrellas either.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
mean, I don't
you'll have enough to
know.
go buy the tables and. if
how
we need some
many,
umbrellas,
how
you could-
many tables are you figuring for 2 dogs, twigs, and tanks?
6, I think, for both of you guys, or 6, yeah, 6 and 6, and then 2. For 2 dogs.
14?
Yeah. So that.
We might be able to go to our beer guys and see what they can do as
for
far
umbrellas.
as getting us umbrellas.
Yeah.
With a beer logo on it,
Budweiser or something.
Corona,
you guys.
Budweiser, anything for the
Your-
3 to see if they would do that to help offset a little bit of the cost, because I've seen a lot of places have a lot of different umbrellas with beer logos and stuff on it.
Yeah.
So we could ask them to see if there's any possibility, get with O'Sullivan's who delivers our Miller Lite, Main Beverage, which delivers our Budweiser, and maybe even Alliance, who delivers our Two Hearted and that, and see if they would be willing to put in some umbrellas to help us cut the cost.
Well, indeed.
And that's marketing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
also
Exactly.
said
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
wanted to get umbrellas that had dogs on them, so.
No.
So let's just worry about the tables and chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go
Yes.
from there, because if we
Yeah,
end
but
up with
cha-
6 or 12 extra umbrellas down there,
Yeah.
then we don't need them.
Right.
And we'll get some feedback also, because some people want to sit in the sun,
Yeah.
period,
Yeah, I don't
And
think we should
some
go
wanna
no
be-
umbrellas, but yeah.
screaming at you, why don't we have an umbrella?
Well, it's also gonna say, because you're not gonna have the bases and everything down in there too.
So basically, it's 3156.89 is the per estimate here, so. So unless,
So there was no money in the budget for this.
let's just say there's not,
No,
no,
there
we'll keep
was-
that for what it
Yeah,
is.
there
I think
was nothing-
originally that's what it was for, because it was replacing umbrellas, a chair here, a
Yeah,
table
Right.
here.
It was
whatever.
the flower pots and broken things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was never, that, it's not in our, so social district isn't in our budget at
at
all.
all,
Like, this is new
it will be,
since we
yeah.
approved.
Well, I'll make a motion to do that, because I think it's very important right now. People are gonna come. to
I'll
this
second
house
it.
So let's make the motion to be like $3,500.
Up to $3,500.
Yes.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to buy some more chairs and tables. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Order 'em. Good luck, Dick.
We'll be sitting up by my desk out here, yeah.
Tables, chairs, finalized DDA event for Summerfest. Let's do this,
What about the sign?
That's the signage that I was talking about that I need, if you
Do-
guys
we're-
liked those signage, that's probably gonna be the cheapest way to go.
we're gonna need some money for that too,
Yeah.
then. Let's see if they're, what'd you say, 150?
Those,
No, this-
those I don't know, the ones on the ground were 140, those are gonna be fairly cheap.
So if there was, let's say if there was 8 of each of them. And they're.
$40.
$200 a piece.
Ain't gonna be that.
No, they
bad.
won't
No.
do that. I'm,
Well, if you're 140 for the one,
no, but those
No,
are
but
like
those-
sticky, did you see those?
right,
Those are
the other
just
ones
like-
are 40 a piece, and that's 200, basically, let's say 200 for all, everything,
Well, we're not gonna do the
They're
sticky
not
ones, we're
doing
gonna
it,
do
they're
the.
the stencil.
okay? But you gotta get the stencil built still. Oh, okay.
But you need the ones for around the poles.
That's
Yeah.
just the corrugated plastic, right?
Yes, so,
Like a
so
2x3 corrugated.
so you're
plastic.
thinking $40 a piece?
No, that's high.
That's high.
That's high?
Just
Yeah.
throw
Like
it out.
20, 25 maybe.
I'm like, yeah, you probably know more, like, looking at that sign, that they're pretty.
Okay, so let's say $30 times 8, so 250, what's that? Yeah, $250. Is there, do you want just $500 then to do the 2 of them? The stencil and those?
You need paint.
Yeah, I mean.
It's
you
just
know,
a, I mean, it's
yeah,
just an estimate,
Yeah.
up
that
to
way it'll
$500.
work, Yeah.
I'll make a motion that for social district signage, we approve up to $500 to be spent.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second.
How
All in
much
favor?
paint do you have there?
All in favor? Anyone opposed?
Is it 500?
500.
You have enough paint to do those? I mean, you just use the street paint, right?
Yeah. you good?
Or the paint the stencil.
So while we're on social
I
district,
have
we
to
need
look
to talk
at
about
it.
cups. Do we
And
need to approve the cups right now?
Yeah, you get those.
Do we have a quote in close
I
enough
do not,
to?
well,
approve
you
something?
had a, quote,
Mhm.
what were they?
It was gonna be about, for 1,000 of them, about $700.
And how
for
many do
1,000
we think we need? 1,000 or
Well,
more than that?
it'll probably be less than that, but if we can reuse them for later, next year, following year, whatever, you might as well get as many as you can right now, because the price is gonna go up.
Was that with the logo though?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So that was just DDA on their
Yep.
social district.
And that's
So 70 cents a piece, basically.
pretty much, yes.
No, it's 2 days.
Well, I think you can overbuy, because we're gonna, I mean, we'll have it.
No, it's like-
So, yeah. Go ahead,
I move for $700 for cups.
I think we need more
More.
than that.
yes.
Yeah, I think we need
Oh,
more.
the 1,000.
That's only for 1,000.
That's 1,000 cups, so do we think, what do we think? Are we gonna try to get 3,000 cups?
I'd at least go 2,000-3,000, because if you're gonna do the social district like you're saying, and like what you mentioned, people going, throwing them away, getting another cup, you're gonna run through them a lot quicker by having to do, by having each place having to have a cup with input, they're still gonna,
Well, an event too. I mean, it was just.
Yeah.
Social district is one thing, but with that event.
So $2,500?
Plus, you can also have the event and pancake breakfast too.
Yeah, like
So we
during
might
the
look
day.
at, what other events,
It isn't like we can't order some more.
No.
right,
Right,
but I'm just saying, the more you order,
The
cheaper it
right.
is.
But let's say if we were to say 2,500, that's basically 2,100 in cups. Approximately.
It'd be cheaper probably, because it's gonna go down.
It'll go down.
1,000,
right.
probably 1,000.
As
will
many
go
as you
down,
can
and
get,
2,000
maybe.
will go down,
Yeah,
and
why don't-
3,000 will go down.
Why don't we just
And then
go,
if we find out that we get rid of them that fast,
Yeah.
then we're gonna go back and get some more, because it's not like,
figure
and
it
we'll buy
out?
more.
what about 3,000, 1,000 per?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Do 3
3,000.
and
Sold.
do $2,200 for the cups, and just to, and if you don't spend it, you don't spend it. Because it's gonna be cheaper, but you don't know how much cheaper it's gonna be. And we'll have to get them the logo,
I was just,
so we'd have to have the logo emailed, so I can email it to her, so we can get all the cups and everything.
Put it right beside the sticky note where your other thing that needs to go in.
Great.
Send the application in first.
Plus the return
Hey,
label
Don't
for
remember
each
to
bar,
get us to know that.
so supplies for that.
And people are buying each cup.
Everybody.
Sitting right on my pot.
Correct.
So if they throw a cup away, they have to get another
Yeah,
cup.
right.
That's-
I mean,
All right, so we're making the money back with each cup that we lose.
Yes
But-
and no.
That's the theory. It doesn't mean
Alright.
you're going to.
yes.
That's-
So,
It's the theory. It doesn't mean you're going to.
Baffled by that. So if I wanna go to 2 different places, how much, I have to pay, how much to get a new cup?
You won't be paying
You
anything.
won't be, you'll be paying your drink.
Well, she just said you have to.
Oh,
pay
that's
for
what
it.
I'm saying. Are
If
they,
you throw your cup away.
If you throw your
But-
cup away, because you could eventually end up with 3 cups.
Yeah.
But like
But if
some
you're
people,
buying-
if
would
you
you
throw
be-
one away and you go in there, we're gonna have to give you another cup with our sticker on it.
Alright,
but
she
if you
just
keep
had her
it-
question, and when she answered that, I thought it sounded
When you
like-
keep your
Yeah,
cup,
I
For the
was,
event.
well, I'm
that we're
saying for
having,
the event, so let's say, so
that's
am
what
I
we're gonna
buying
have to figure
3
out.
different tickets for 3 different cups?
you're,
Well, that's where you're gonna have to find to the event with the social district.
For the repeat
because-
events.
Well, the
For
first
this
one
one.
being the.
You're gonna
the-
buy your
Because
cup.
literally you'd be buying 3 cups.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a
Well-
sticker on each one.
Well, right, but that's where you might have to change what you guys were original plans.
Right.
Because you're not gonna be able to sell 1 cup to get in and go to all 3 bars.
so we could just basically do the wristband.
Yeah. I'm
And
thinking you're
then
just
they
not
go
selling a
in-
cup.
They go into the establishment wherever, they get a cup, and we have to put a sticker on it with their name, and then I go to another one, they give them a cup with their thing on it, and if they keep them, they can reuse the cups, just pull the twilligers
Oh,
out,
so
pull the
you
tanks
guys are in
out.
charge of the cups?
Yes,
Oh,
before
that
it was
makes
gonna
more
be, we
sense.
were gonna
Oh my
give
God,
them
I'm
a
like,
cup,
here,
but we
here's
can't
the
do that.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So now
it
you're getting
does.
the, that's,
You're only getting the bracelet.
that
You're getting the
you're just buying
bracelet.
the bracelet, which
Yeah.
gets you into each,
And
yeah.
that's where
Ah,
we
that
talked
makes
about the
more sense.
bracelet.
And it
for-
keeps
From
you
the
in the
vendors.
district.
Yes,
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
and then everybody can see that you've got this bracelet on for the district.
You're gonna get 10% off at Twigs when you walk in there. When
Exactly.
You get Twilligers cup.
Well, and
Then you're gonna
honestly,
go to Tanks, you get 2%, whatever.
No,
10
no percent.
Okay, no percent. You could, okay, whatever, but you're gonna get your cup.
That
If
changed
you-
from
if
the
you
last
know-
meeting, didn't it?
if you know how much money I've spent in those damn cups, because when you take them outside, people want a new cup.
Right.
And they cost a shit
Oh,
ton of
no
money
crap.
because of the fact you want to get the more heavier duty cup than the cheap ones.
So this picture has like the ones you use out front,
Yes,
and that's what we're gonna get this time?
that's what I'm
That's
trying
what
to
we're
get,
trying
yes.
to-
Yep, okay.
So it costs a lot of money just to have those cups for out front. You know, because anytime you take a drink outside, you can't, no bottles, no cans, no glass, no nothing. You gotta put them in a cup.
So then a dumb question, maybe it's been covered, on a random Tuesday afternoon, can I bring my cup and walk on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
With my social district cup?
You can, if you give the customer a social district cup, they can walk for it.
Okay.
That's kind
Even on just like a
Yep.
random, because we're always social district.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't do it at
Oh,
4 o'clock in the
wow.
morning.
No, you can't do it at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Midnight, that's
That's the
right.
idea, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
You're in
times
the,
have changed.
Yes.
in the social district,
Right.
that's the whole
Yeah.
theory behind it all.
You
Yeah.
can't
You
be
can
walking
literally-
up the street to your house out of the social
The
district.
perfect example.
You gotta get a haircut.
Have the cup, yeah, you can go to either get a drink and go to John's and get your haircut.
Yes.
Oh, how
You
fun.
can
Let's
walk
go
into
get
your
a
place
donut.
with a, yep.
And I can kick them out if they're
The
drunk.
only places you cannot bring your social drink into is a food establishment, even
Oh.
if they don't sell alcohol. So basically PDPs and,
Tammy's.
Tammy's are the places that you cannot go.
But they
You
can
have
have
to
their
sit it on the
own.
window.
But they could sit outside,
Yeah, that's
order
fun.
and, bring it outside, sit outside.
So you pay your money, you get a wristband. You're thinking that wristband is going to be distributed where?
At the
At the
tent,
bar.
At the tent, just
at the tent.
For
Oh, at
your
the tent,
admission.
okay.
And
For
then,
when we do
When you
the
do an event,
Yep.
you are going to sell wristbands.
and
That's
then
where you're
only
gonna get
it
your
gives a
money
wristband,
back,
or am I gonna get a
hopefully.
coupon for a free one drink?
You're gonna get
Well,
a
whatever you guys
wristband,
decide.
whatever we decide.
Okay.
And then that wristband will get you into the tent for the music and everything else. Also gives you the availability to go to the other places
Okay.
and do your social district, bring it into the tent, the whole 9 yards.
We might want a lot of cups then if you can do it
That's
on a
what we're
random
at, 20.
Tuesday or every weekend.
Well, that's why we were
Have some-
saying 3,000, and then if we need more, like Mark was saying, they've got all the stuff that they need.
Now
It
they
shouldn't
just
be too
Make
long
just
to
more and you go get
whip
it.
out more.
Or you buy a membership and get a nice cup.
Ooh, there you go. Like a collector's edition.
Ah.
22 ounce.
Yeah, like an annual-
Let's,
The price just tripled.
Well, I think, so we're talking about a random Tuesday though, but I think we're buying cups for event.
Yes.
Yeah,
we won't have them like
Okay.
on a random Tuesday
Okay.
to sell or to put
To
in,
do,
right?
Now you can do it,
You
but
can.
you
Right.
won't,
Oh,
because
yeah,
it won't
yeah.
be sponsored by the DDA.
Right,
Right.
that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I see.
It
So-
is, because the social district
Social
is
district,
the DDA.
yeah.
So.
So you guys would have to get approved from the
This is-
DDA that you want, if
So,
you want to
so
order
they,
more.
they just can't
for
be
themselves.
given a drink and sent out the door and it not benefit the DDA. Essentially, it has to be the DDA says.
Well, the
It's
DDA is
DDA's
on the
cup.
cup, so it is the
The cup
DDA
is the
social
key.
district. So like Wednesday night when he has music outside. Somebody wants to come in and they want to sit across the street at the dance studio, they can do that. He has to give them the social district cup. So if you don't have the cups, they can't walk around.
So those cups are, we're spending the money on the cup and you're not getting anything in return.
No, now this
No.
is what I was
You're
just
getting the
gonna
social
say.
district.
Correct.
I think that because of the price of the cups, and I know how much it is, we do have just a little bit going back from our sales, because we're benefiting from it too. We have a little button on there that we hit social district, which gives back a quarter or a dime. That goes back to the DDA, because I'm sorry, but I don't think it's right that the DDA buys all the cups
Well, and there are
for
different,
us.
like, I've talked to some of the other, districts. Some of them, the city pays for the cups. Some of them, the DDA pays for the cups. Some of them, each restaurant pays as much as they want to have. So it's done all different
Different
ways. So,
Perfect.
So On a random Thursday.
I would like wine.
There might be music going on someplace.
I
see where this is going.
Okay, on a random Thursday, I feel like I'm gonna have people walk possibly to the park with these cups.
Well, they,
So I gotta
hopefully
figure.
we'll see the signs that say, stop, you can't go past this point.
I know, I'm
They don't
just
have
saying,
heat.
so am I supposed to go around and police it? I guess, I don't know, you guys, you know, it's gonna be a problem
No, I would
possibly.
ignore it all.
Do I just ignore it? Like I ignore some of the other stuff I have
Yeah,
to ignore?
there's lots of people
Because
that
they
are
work
freaking
on
out
it.
already.
Yeah, they're the ones, right, that are.
Gail,
if
play
someone-
stupid.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
and I
hard.
also did check to
We're
see
doing
if
it
we
many
could
years.
add that on specific days, and yes,
Yeah.
I just have to set it up with them ahead of time.
Okay, well, I just know with this option of walking around town, people don't read very well sometimes. They don't pay attention to signs. I just feel like I'm gonna get people up there with it more than I do already.
Now, so are we pretty much set on the cups? 3,000 cups?
No, let's make it a
We have to- we have
motion.
to-
We've got
I
$3,000.
really think that we should buy the cups. You guys should. Let's give it a try.
At least this first
Yeah.
go around.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we can work something out saying, hey, we didn't know we were gonna spend $9,000 on cups in the first year. So let us take a shot at this, see what happens. Maybe we'll only use 500, who knows? And then
Maybe we
we'll
can
go
still
from
have
there.
A button on our end that whenever they do get a DDA social district,
Yes, that
we
one.
could just hit it. So that way we can track.
Yep.
As far as how many we are doing, so that way there's a little bit more. You know,
And of course, keeping the price the same between all three bars.
Oh, yeah.
So that, yeah, Two Dog isn't, yeah.
Well,
Right.
What I'm talking to other people that have social districts. The common thing is, people are all worried that, they're just gonna be drunks late, walking around town all day.
Well,
all
we
that.
have that.
What happens is most of the time, no one does social districting unless you're doing something. So like a lot of the towns, they have a lot of shops and stuff, they'll do a social district night. It's always social district, but they advertise it. So that's really when you get majority of
Yeah.
people doing it. People just don't think, oh, I can just walk up the street with my drink. They don't want to do that.
Isn't there something like 144 social districts?
Oh,
Yeah, they're all over. I've
Yeah.
noticed them now.
They're
that people are
everywhere.
talking
I
about it.
couldn't
It's everywhere.
believe, I'm like, we're the only ones out here. that don't-" Perry, but I don't know what Perry would do because they're too far.
Yeah, too
Their
spread
bars
out,
are
yeah.
too far away.
We're at 3,000. Can I get a bid for 3,000?
Yes.
And can I get a second on the
I'll
bid for
second.
3,000? We gotta.
All right, so I'll jump on that.
All in
Okay,
favor,
I'm down.
Aye.
just a minute, let's vote. All in favor,
Aye.
anyone opposed?
3,000.
Okay, so
I will jump
that'll
on
take care of
that.
the cups.
Tell her this is how many we need. We will supply her with a logo. See how much the actual cost is gonna be for this. We want that heavier duty cup, not the little flimsy things. 16 ounces, correct?
They do what you can.
16 is the biggest? Okay. So I'll get with her. So we're gonna go 3, so that way we can get a legitimate price.
All this discussion's making me thirsty.
For a social district.
We have 3 bars now.
But we can't take our breath here yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that finalizing the DDA event for Summerfest?
No.
No,
Or is that
No.
just the
No.
that's
beginning?
We're not even
number
close.
4. We're on number 4.
Okay,
No, I don't think we did number 2, did we?
we
Yes,
bounced
we
around
did.
quite a bit.
Oh, no, 2.
No, let's do this membership thing right now. Michigan Downtown Association, they've raised the amount due for our annual dues if we want to, or contribution. If we want to stay in. Michigan Downtown Association.
Yeah, I'm looking for, because we have something in our budget already.
We did
We have-
put it in there, didn't we?
Yeah, we have $275.
Okay, so it's
How much did this go up?
new
Oh,
dues
about
annual
$100.
amount is $250.
And we had 275.
We had 275, but it's 2 different Yeah, it's two different things.
I think it's one of the $100, I think it's just, you don't have to do that, that's, I thought I read that was, like a, you know,
Yeah,
donating.
yeah, but I think 250 is higher than it used to be. Because this 275, I know is 2 subscriptions.
Oh, yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the $250.
Yeah, for sure. I'll second that.
Motion and second, approve, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We're 250. All right, so that one's taken care of. We're jumping that off here. Moving in the park, social district.
The management, that is what I'm thinking, of putting on every storefront. That is one. So that there's just a little bit of little signage there that tells people this what you can do.
They're participating.
I mean, it's just, I think everyone should have it, you know.
You need us to vote on that?
No, it's just for.
Just, okay,
yeah,
just to let us know.
Yeah.
And then the tables and chairs we've taken care of,
Yep.
finalizing DDA.
So the music was, well, that's the next one, but that was kind of the one thing we probably need to.
I think he had it all worked out. We need $600 more in the budget and I found $600 and
And we're all good. Okay. that
But we
was-
just need the okay, so that way if everybody's okay with
agrees
it.
with the bands
We
and
also
everything.
gotta know about the tent, so I can get a hold of them and get that squared away. And the
Tables
I'm
and
doing the
chairs.
tables and chairs, this is from the same people.
Well,
I
that
think-
all, if we can get all of that finalized.
Well, we need to get it
Next month-
finalized so we could let them know, because
Yeah, we can
those
get
things are
ordered.
just
3
gonna
months.
go.
Yeah,
How big of a
the
tent
next
are you
month.
looking at?
What's that?
How big of a tent?
40 by 80?
Okay. How big is it?
so we do have to get the logos from the sponsors and we at least have to put something in the tent. Acknowledging. them.
We can do that.
Well,
Let's
I
get all the
feel
beer
like
guys.
that's-
Do they?
Make it
have-
matter.
They all have logos. I
Okay,
think.
so then, yeah, we'll just get them like we
Yeah.
do for the music and make sure those get up. But, because next month is Memorial Day.
Mhm.
So we either have to move the meeting, because you won't have another meeting. We have to move the
We-
meeting before end
It's
of
usually-
July.
It's usually the
We can't go the week before because that's Monday.
week before. That's what we always did.
That's why I'm like, that, you gotta move it. 'Cause I'm pretty positive we're gonna have a planning commission meeting. But
When do they have their meeting?
Does this mean when we do the tent that I don't have to count in all the states for myself?
Somebody else is-
that's it, yeah.
Well, oh, this is gonna be sweet.
One
Hey,
other
that's not my
question.
rookie hazing, right?
Can I work with you to get simple invoices for their records? For the sponsorship.
Oh,
For the
we
money,
can-
for the
we can-
$600.
If you can't do that, we can.
She can do
Okay.
it. Somebody, I
Yeah,
just need
I was
some
just saying,
simple,
I don't usually do.
yeah,
Yeah, we can make it.
yeah, they'll just make it out to the DDA. And then they can make their checks.
What time is the library?
Yeah,
meeting?
They're writing their checks to it.
What's that?
What time is the library
Because we're
meeting?
sponsoring this event. The bands will be get,
7:30.
the bands will get paid from the DDA.
Oh, okay,
We're not
yes.
staying up early.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys want
I
to make
see.
it the week before or the same week and the day after? Or how about? So we usually is always have done it the week before. It's earlier. Do you want to do it on Tuesday, the 20th? So it's still be the week before? Tuesday, the 20th?
Wait.
All good?
Oh, May, Tuesday, the 20th?
May, Tuesday, the 20th.
I will not be there.
Only
I
one.
I'm good.
I did.
I'm reading it.
Looks like we're sticking with it.
Any checks that you rewrote? Yeah.
No, it's actually the budget.
So,
Oh, yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
an important one, though.
As long as you have it together, that's all. we
I will
need.
have it together.
And then if we need to adjust, then we approve it with the adjustment
Yep.
anyway. So it doesn't
Yep.
matter.
Is it at 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
I'll
Six
be a little
o'clock
bit
on,
late, but I'll be here.
so 6 o'clock on, Tuesday, the 20th.
Don't worry, Kim will send you out a freaking text message. So it goes off 150 times.
But Mike would like a posting.
So do you I would love not to have to do any of those,
So-
but.
So do you need approval
Yes,
to do, okay, you do. And,
Yes.
and how much are we approving? I'm
Well, that's-
assuming it's money.
yeah,
The
but
amount?
just so that I can go out and get them, see if we can get it and go from there. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I don't have my paperwork in front of me. I think it was like $1,700 for the tent, tables, chairs, everything. And then we also have to go in there too. We're gonna need porta potties. Now, I know that, the pancake breakfast and everything, the car show, they're gonna have some too, but I was figured to save our costs, we could cut them. And I believe the cost on those, porta potties and everything, I think there's, like 4 of them.
So 2 would go up here, 2
Right.
will go down there. They'll do a service in between.
I'm saying, but there's 4
So
total.
there's 4 total.
And
And
that-
then, they are going to sponsor for the car show, so they took that money off the bill. So it's $780. We would split it between the LBCA and the DDA. It's $390 each of us would pay.
And that lasts us for the weekend,
And we're good.
for the whole.
390 for what?
For
Porta-
Oh, just the four.
For 2
for-
days,
four.
1
And they're gonna
day.
service Saturday.
Oh,
So
so
we're
we're doing
gonna
this
put cleaning
separate,
in there.
okay, I'm writing my list
If we
down.
wouldn't normally get on a Saturday.
Because we're not gonna have to worry about the beer,
Take white out.
because we're not doing that anymore, so we're not gonna have to worry about
Right.
decorators, any of that stuff. The only thing we're gonna have to worry about is, the tent, tables and chairs, probably some lighting, which we could just put any kind of lighting around the, clip it up there with, anything up on the overhang of the tent. So you have a little lighting and stuff in there. It's gonna cut down on our maintenance as far, not maintenance, as far as, help, people working. Because we're gonna need people at the front desk checking IDs and giving them their wristband. And then people that doing the bands and things like that, so. So roughly what we're looking at, just off the top of my head, 17. Probably around with the cups and everything. I think it's already in there with what we're looking at, probably around 5K with the cups.
We already did the
But the
cup.
cups are
Right,
separate.
so you're looking at 17 and the porta potties.
And no bands, so we need to.
That's in, we've already discussed, we got we budgeted 1,400. The bands were coming in at 600 or 2,000. We were 600 short. Gail went out and got sponsors to cover that 600.
Okay,
So we're saying that
So-
14 was in the budget.
so you need a couple $1,000 to get
Basically.
2,200 probably.
2,200, you think? Okay,
And then
So-
we have to finalize as far as how much we're gonna charge for people to get in there, now that we're not doing.
I'm not worried about that now. Let's get this going.
Okay.
Next month, we got some time now to
But
finalize
we just need to get it on the book so we can get the tent, and the
That
tables
stuff.
and chairs.
now.
Yes, and the cups.
So is
Okay.
that separate from the $2,000 we already have for Summerfest in our budget?
I have 1,500 for that.
Okay,
Yes, it will be
Yes.
separate
separate, okay, all
Completely.
right, that's,
completely.
Cause this is social
Social
distance
district.
stuff.
Yep.
okay.
Yes.
So we need a motion for a couple $1,000 to get tables, chairs, and any
I don't think yes, put it in there, yep.
tent, tables and chairs.
And porta potty is separate, we're gonna do that with the LBCA.
Yeah,
You do 390, we'll do 390, that covers that.
Okay. so
I've
it's
already
separate.
have it scheduled for them. So all I just have to tell, they'll invoice it, we'll split, and we're done.
okay.
And you need $1,700 for the tables, chairs and tent.
I'll make a motion for
Shouldn't we
$2,200 for.
Have the
We're not gonna
390?
go over, but that's perfect, yep.
I'll second.
So we have a motion for 2,200 to cover
2,200.
these bills
The tent, the tables and chairs,
Shouldn't we
And the
include
porta.
and the porta potty.
and the porta potty. That's in the 2,200?
Yep.
Got it.
I hate
Okay.
to ask this, but how much additional would be for two cleans? Never mind,
They are coming to Chesapeake, so.
never mind. 2,200.
I kind of already
Support.
asked for the sponsorship, so.
$2,200. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Yeah, Gail second.
Gail, second. All in favor?
I,
Anyone opposed? All right, so that should take care of that whole entire mess. Other than, now we need to kind of maybe do a little pencil pushing and micromanaging on what we want to sell a bracelet.
I got that to be on the next one.
And apparently maybe there's only gonna be 2 bracelets. Would that be right? A pop bracelet and the, or is there no?
You know, I mean, I
None
don't
of
even
that
think you
anymore,
have to
right?
worry about your pop, but
Then just do
we,
21
once we
for
get
one.
into it a little bit more, we gotta figure out the kids are, because it's a social district, and we're not, people can bring in, are we gonna allow kids and stuff to stay in there after a certain time? Do they have to be with their parent, this kind of stuff?
So we just gotta fine tune that.
Yes,
But we got the majority and got the ball rolling and we should be in pretty good shape.
Yep.
If you can get all that information back, knowing the hard stuff coming back next, well, not even next month,
well, I
in
might,
3 weeks.
I might get in trouble though, because I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'll probably forget about the thing I'm supposed to send in the liquor commission.
Put the
Yeah.
sticky note on it.
Don't forget to get that, cause
The
then.
whole
you're
thing
gonna
is
get
just text messages.
Everybody's going to Two Dog.
We
forgot. Where's everybody at?
That killed
All right, the only thing we got left is the, so we did look up, or someone did look up our district, actual district boundaries. And this map is correct. And it does go out to the Wolfpack storage. I don't know if you can see this. This one was correct also. So the Wolfpack storage is out here. Anyway, it's in our district, so we could help them because he does pay
Yeah.
to our fund.
For
But the
fees.
only thing in his thing that I saw that we can't help him with is basically the parking lot. We can't. We're supposed to do something to the beautification of the downtown, and so that would be the beautification of your building. We had this discussion years ago about what the beautification could actually be. And parking lot or driveway roof was a question of whether or not that could, because if you put a new roof on, at least one side faces the district, it could look better if it had a new roof. But we kind of shied away from that. So windows, doors, siding, any upgrades to the building, paint, any of those things that make it look better. He wants the parking lot, but he also wants some paint,
Exterior lights.
exterior lights, these concrete pillars, I would say that's it's questionable. I don't know if that beautifies the location of anyone's building by putting a better concrete bumper that someone would hit. But definitely the paint, or maybe even lighting. I guess I could,
Yeah, I think they got ripped off, didn't they? A whole bunch of places.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So we can help him, but we can't. So I don't know where you wanna, if you take his numbers, certain numbers, and we help him with those numbers, but not the total amount, or however you wanna do it. We're gonna have to kind of pick that apart a little bit and still try to help him. So we had 2 estimates.
So what you're saying is we're limited to 70% of his project cost. And the project cost cannot include the parking lot.
Can't include parking lot, correct, or driveway.
Yeah.
Like the guy down here that we helped do the sidewalk in front of, we didn't do his driveway.
Okay.
We did the sidewalk in front of it and connected all of that, but he paid for the driveway because we couldn't, it wasn't beautifying. It's not a source of what we consider beautifying.
Yeah.
The area.
So if you're doing the lighting, it's 2,500 on the one estimate. Power washing and touching up paint, 3,500. For the asphalt, that would be a no. Right, then you got the 8 concrete things for $14,000.
What is that?
They're I think they're bumpers that they're gonna put in to protect the building from getting hit.
And this one.
But I would personally say that that's like the parking lot almost.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's not part of the building or structure, and it's not beautifying really the structure. I mean, if we were to spend the money on it and say, well,
You're opening up the door.
well, I would think,
But as far as the lights go and the power wash,
Yeah.
I
I don't see any problem with that at all. Cleaning it
don't
up,
either.
power washing it, painting it,
For sure. The lights will look
even
nice.
lights, I could see
Lights will
that.
look nice.
Yeah, it would make it look nicer. They usually do.
Yeah, they get broken into.
But there's quite a difference.
Yeah, there is. So one is like $900, this is $2,500 in lighting. And this one is, the paint and says it's 3,500.
Okay, so.
Yeah, but he's
so-
like, this looks like he's renting this and doing it himself.
Okay.
But I will say one thing for sure is that we approve the what, not the who does it.
Correct.
So, I mean, we could
So
say,
you're approving an amount or specific things that you will help
Right.
with,
right,
but not who's doing it. He
Right.
can pick the most expensive person
you can.
if he wants, but we're only putting up to a certain
to-
amount for whatever it is that we're going to do.
And that amount is it 70%? What is it?
It's 70% or $5,000.
So I think that,
Yeah, 30% up to 5,000.
Correct.
so this would be 5,000 here if he went with this person, so.
But the other one isn't even close to
Right,
that.
yeah, but this is, the owner is doing the work on this one.
Right, and if he chooses to do it, then he's only gonna get reimbursed for what he's up to,
Correct. 'Cause
70% of
right?
whatever.
He's gonna have to show us receipts so that we
Yeah.
reimburse
Give
him.
him the 5,000.
He's been
Yeah.
paying ever since the DDA, ever since
Yeah.
he's been built. And he hasn't asked for any money.
So,
He's been paying taxes and it's his money. So if we could help him in the
Yeah,
tune
for
of
sure.
$5,000, but he would have to, or 70% of whatever it is that he's doing, he's just gonna show us receipts
Yeah.
for what he's doing.
I make a motion that we support new lights, the 8 new lights and the power wash and touch up paint for up to $5,000 based on the 70%.
Correct.
I'll second.
Thank you. Perfect. So all in favor?
Alright.
Anyone opposed? You want to let him know, I have no number.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just let him know that we approve. And that's how it's written, so he knows what it is. Anybody else got anything? Dave? Nothing?
So social district,
I'd like to rehash
It used to be that way with the flowers every single month.
now is this correct?
So that's what I was just gonna bring up. So the pocket park is the next thing that's gonna happen. And I was gonna tell Dave, I was gonna let you, the part or the come and do their deal. I think you could spray it right after they leave. And spray the whole thing. Kill it. The carnival.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
So as soon as the carnival, because we don't want that mess
Like,
there
after
for the carnival. What is that, 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks? So spray it as soon as they're done, as soon as they leave. That Monday. I'd see you can spray it before, probably. Yeah.
Might be a little busy.
And then I'm going to scrape it off, basically, clean it off, give us a flat slate and then pour the concrete pads for each of the pieces that we have, get them laid out, and then bring it back up to grade, right up to the top of the concrete and seed it. I'm gonna try to talk to the hydro seed guy that's just, or the DDA is gonna have to pay probably for any material, meaning either grass seed and some topsoil. Everything in the concrete. Everything else is, I'm gonna get donated, so we're I'm donating.
Will it be in the social district so people can drink in?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Do you
fun is
think it'll
that?
be ready for, do you think it'll be?
I'm gonna do it just ASAP, as soon as it's done, we're scraping it and getting rid of it. And then it's not gonna take only just that, I'm trying to do it in that 1 week. And just pour the pads, the guy that did the sidewalks for us, Holton, he's gonna help me and donate the pads, but we're gonna have to pay for the concrete and we're gonna have to pay for any fill that has to come in there, and then however I end up seeding it grass wise. And we'll figure out a ways to steal some water from somebody to try to water.
Good. Holes now, no?
We
Fire,
could get
crawler
either the
trees, fire trucks.
Rich or get the old bank or get the post office.
Yeah, I say we filed it for the post office.
Yes. So it'll be just all flat grass and the park will be, you just gotta put pieces in there, which is no big deal.
Cause you're not doing it right.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give them the pads. And the distance they're supposed, I called the guy that sold us the stuff and he says, well, I said, I need a layout of what these are, the bag, how far they're supposed to be apart and what the width is supposed to be. And then I need that for each one of the tables. And he goes, well, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know?
My guys do that.
You sold all this to us and you have no, he's no, just get on the, I said, no, you get on the internet and send me the stuff that I need to lay this out.
You just figure you sell your merchandise, you're on your own.
So,
Well, they have
he
a
did.
service where they actually put it all and
Yeah.
do all that, so somebody there
somebody's
knows.
gotta know it. So anyway, that will happen that week. We'll spray it and get it killed and then we'll be in there immediately. Get it done. And then I'm gonna be,
Oh, no, there's no delay. I
Long
love
off.
spray things.
next month's,
Can I see that map?
brush up on the budget. She'll have it together, which really nothing's changing much.
And if anybody thinks of anything for the actual event, to put on the agenda to talk about, finalize for the,
Gotta talk about it by the 20th.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you
Gotta
think
get
of
it all
something,
talked out.
email me and I'll make sure it's on there. Cause I'm trying to think of.
These two need to get their crap in.
Yeah.
Adjourn.
Thank
Or
you.
you're getting
Get outta
close,
here.
you don't take it right walking around the house.
Oh.
Sometime we're gonna have to be like-
No.
That's the DDA.